Good morning, everyone. It's Rachel. Thanks so much for joining for All Levels Yoga, courtesy of Comeback Yoga. This is a new year, and we'll be having the theme of being present. Being present. You showed up. That's the first part. Being present. Thanks so much for being here. Remember, we're going to be here for about 45 or 50 minutes. Rest as you need. Use any props. Go ahead and grab them. You've got plenty of time. And remember, I'm in my home. That's a big curtain behind me with a window. It's a little bit rainy and windy outside, so you might see some movement of shadows or curtains. And if anything appears or is loud, we'll kind of address it as we go. Again, we'll be moving for a little bit, and we'll end with a little bit of breath work. The theme is being present. So first things first, whether you would like to stand, sit, or lay down, allow yourself to get nice and comfortable. I'm going to continue to stand, or else I might get too comfortable and take a little shut-eye. I want you to let your senses heighten. What do you hear? Maybe your eyes are open. What do you see? Is there anything you feel? Whether it's the clothing on your skin or the ground beneath you. What else? Do you smell anything? Taste anything? And again, it's just observing and letting those senses just accentuate right now. Being present in your environment. Allowing that breath to ebb and flow. And remembering, wherever you are today, sometimes you can't control your environment. Sometimes you can. But just observing how your body is in the space you've chosen to be today. Now you might hear in the background my neighbor's daughter singing. She might get a little louder, but that's part of being in our environment. We acknowledge things and then we come back to ourselves. Let's stay here for one more breath. Wherever you are, in your stillness or hands by the sides, inhale, reach up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands release by the sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate to the right. Hands descend down. If you're on your back, no worries. Just stay as you are. Inhale, reach forward and center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Hands release down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach forward and center. This time, exhale, hands to the heart. Those of you on the ground, seated, laying down, if you'd like, come ahead, make your way up to stand. I'm going to take my hands to the hips just to make sure I can feel the evenness. Feeling the weight of the body on the mat. How does that feel? If you're like me, maybe you need a little extra help with balance today. We're going to take a feet just a little wider than hips distance, and maybe you need them wider. Making sure that your knees are nice and comfortable, your ankles are comfortable. Everything's here to support you. Those of you that would like extra support, maybe hold on to a piece of furniture that can fully support you or a wall. In your stillness, enjoying this, grounding through the feet. Or allow yourself to shift forward and back. How does that feel? Observing the textures underneath your feet. Maybe you're wearing socks. Maybe you're on a carpet. Maybe you're on a hardwood floor. And then finding that stillness. Shifting side to side. And then observing if you have a tendency to have a preference for one side or the other. Again, we're not here to judge. We're here to observe. And then begin to find that stillness. If it serves you, inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or to lower. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Last time. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale, let's all lower down. Shake out as you need. Observe how you're feeling now. Maybe that was easy, maybe that was hard. Observe where your feet were. My toes were tracking forward. I'm going to turn my toes slightly out, heels in. Allow yourself to pulse forward and back, maybe side to side. Notice how the feet feel now. We're going to do the same thing, hips nice and even, stabilizing onto something if we need. When you're ready, inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or to lower. 3 more times. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Twice more. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Last time. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale, let's all lower down. Shake it out as you need. Keep the toes as they are or how they were, or allow yourself to play. Toes in, heels out. Again, allow yourself to shift forward and back, side to side. Feel that grounding through the entirety of the foot. You can stay in that stillness, enjoying that, being present with where you are. Or join me when you're ready, supported as you need. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Twice more. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Last time. Inhale, lift up one heel or both heels. Exhale, let's all lower down. Shake out as you need. Let's come back to the top of the mat. How's that feel? How's your body feel? Is it warming up a little bit? If it's not, that's okay. I know some of you are in places where it might be a little colder. Hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Stay with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees as you need, and on your exhale, all the way down to the mat. Hands are under shoulders. Inhale, cobra, shine the heart. Exhale to lower. I want you to pause here. Bring awareness to your hands. As you press down through the hands, inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Observe what part of the hands are able to press down and what are lifted. Exhale to stay here or lower. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale to lift up, elbows grazing those side ribs. Exhale, let's lower. Draw that child's pose. Hips towards the heels, hands stay forward. Now, as you're here in child's pose, I want you to reflect back on that cobra posture we just did. Where were your hands placed? How did your shoulders feel? Where were they in relation to your ears? Again, allowing yourselves to reflect, to be present, and remember in all things in our yoga classes, the intention to be present with our breath, with our body, and in our environment is all part of the process. Stay as you are, or those that would like, let's add a side body stretch. Let's walk the hands over to the right. Option to rotate the gaze to the right. Breathing into the left side ribs. Let's stay here for 1 more breath. And then return back forward and center. Hands walk over to the left. Option to rotate the gaze to the left. Breathing into the right side ribs. And then returning back forward and center. As you're here, gently rotate the head side to side. Bringing awareness to the base of the head, right where the head and the neck meet. Observing if there's tension. If there is, imagine breathing into that area. And on your next exhale, gently exhaling to sigh out the mouth. If you don't have tension there, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. Let's bring those hands forward and center. If they move, inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine, and settle here in tabletop. Now, tabletop is one of those postures where sometimes we need to grab that extra padding. Totally fine. Grab that padding for your knees. Join in when you're ready. Inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. Exhale, round the spine, tail, and head to send. Let's continue staying with your breath. I'm not going to cue it, but as you're here in your cat-cow, I want you to observe. Are we just going through the motions, or are we really truly finding our breath? Are we able to articulate the spine one vertebra at a time, or is it kind of just like a swishy round and dump? I'm not judging you. I've had many days where I'm just going through the motions on autopilot. But see if we can bring that awareness back into the practice, that intentionality. Is that a word? That intentional awareness. Sometimes I like to make up my own words. Let's begin to find your stillness back into tabletop. Inhale, right hand towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder, right side of the head comes down. Left hand wherever you need for support. As you're here, observing the environment again. Observing your body. How does that feel on your shoulder? How's that feel on your neck and even your head? Let's stay here for one more breath. And then begin to return back to tabletop. I'm going to switch sides just so my back isn't towards you. Inhale, left hand towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, left shoulder, left side of the head comes down. Right hand wherever you need for support. Observing, does this side feel different than the other? Allowing your breath to ground you. Allowing yourself to be. Slowing down. Observing. When you're ready, let's return back to tabletop. Take your time. Tucking the toes, exhale to down dog, lift the hips up and back. If you find that down dog is too much for you today, you're welcome to come to stand or be in child's pose, your choice. I'm going to pedal out my legs, bending one knee and straightening the other. Observing if there's any tightness in the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Maybe there's soreness or tightness in the shoulders, and this is a little bit too much, maybe. If this is too much, of course, find an alternate posture. Standing, child's pose, even a forward fold. Let's stay here for one more breath wherever you are. Those of you in downward facing dog with me, let's go ahead, exhale, let's walk those feet to the hands. Rooting down through the feet, let's ragdoll up one vertebra at a time. Use those hands for support as you need, and as you make your way upright, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Head is last to rise. Hands by the sides, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. This time, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Palms are forward, exhale, sink back, chair pose, draw the hands past the hips. Let's do that twice more. Find your breath. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, sink back, chair pose, draw the hands past the hips. Last time, inhale, straighten up, reach for the sky. Exhale, sink back, chair pose, draw the hands past the hips. This time, inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, sink back, chair pose. As you bend the knees and lower the hips. Hands wherever you need for support. Remember how I said earlier, maybe you've got some tired shoulders, or maybe you have tight shoulders. Today I have tight shoulders, so I'm gonna keep my hands at the heart. My quads are a little tired from some back squatting I did, so guess what? I'm not gonna go really low today. You can. I have a slight bend of the knees, hips are a little elevated, but observe, where is my spine? Where are my low ribs? Am I creating a back bend? Or can we engage the core, tuck the low ribs in, lengthen the spine? You can pulse here, and maybe you already stood up. That's perfectly fine. On your next inhale, come to stand, optional back bend at the top. Exhale, fold forward, take your time as you get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank pose, lower the knees as you need. And on your exhale, all the way down to the mat. Hands are under shoulders. Inhale, cobra, shine the heart. Exhale to lower, draw that child's pose. Hips towards the heels, hands can stay forward. In your stillness, or inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale to release the belly, tail and head sky drop back, child's pose. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale to release the belly, tail and head sky drop back, child's pose. Last time. Inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale to release the belly, tail and head sky drop back, child's pose. You are welcome to stay here in child's pose, or maybe you'll make your way up to downward facing dog. I'll stay in child's pose, wiggling the fingers and rolling the wrists. Wherever you choose to be, connecting with the breath. Observing where the mind wanders, whether it's something you heard, maybe your phone rang, or maybe it made one of those many chimes that it can do. Maybe your computer chirped at you, or a child or a pet or a loved one. Maybe someone came to the door. Or maybe it's just your thoughts. Observing, and then letting go and returning back to your practice. Those of you with me in child's pose, let's round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale, draw back down dog, lift the hips up and back. Inhale here in down dog, and exhale, let's walk those feet to the hands. Breathing down through the feet, inhale, come to stand, however feels good. Let's all meet, hands to the heart or to the hips. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, hands together or not. Exhale, lean towards the right. Inhale, come up center. Exhale, lean towards the left. Inhale, come up center. Exhale, lean back only as far as feels good. Inhale, come up center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees as you need, and on your exhale, all the way down to the mat. Setting up for locust, any variation. Inhale, lift up hands and heels. Exhale to stay here or lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up locust pose. Observe, how does it feel balancing on your belly and your hips? Exhale to stay here or lower. One more time. Inhale to lift up, feeling that strengthening through the back body. Exhale, let's all lower. Hands under shoulders, draw back, child's pose. Hips towards the heels, hands are forward. As you're here in child's pose, do you feel that lengthening of the spine? If not, maybe take the knees wide, big toes to touch. Hips towards the heels. Observing if that feels the same or different to you. Better or worse, or just different. We're not here to judge, we're just here to observe. What's your preference today? When you're ready, stay as you are, or inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale, draw back down dog, lift the hips up and back. Inhale here in downward facing dog. Exhale, let's walk those feet to the hands. Rooting down through the feet. Inhale, come to stand, however feels good. Let's all meet, hands to the heart or to the hips. Let's take the hands to the heart now. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, chin to the chest. On your inhale, reach the hands up skyward. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, inhale, pull the heart forward, straighten the arms. Maybe stay here, or on your exhale, release, or hands to the low back, fingertips pointed down. That's my favorite. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to stay here or to release. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to stay here or to release. Last time. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, let's release. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Feet are nice, comfortable, hips distance apart. We're gonna take that right arm behind us. So it's nice and perpendicular to our spine. The top of the forearm and the hand is facing the back. When you're ready, we're gonna guide that left hand to take the right wrist towards the left. So it's gonna look like this. How's that feel? Hopefully you're feeling this on the front right shoulder. From here, let's take that left ear towards left shoulder. In your stillness, or inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze twice more. Inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze last time. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, lower. Lift up the head, release the arm. Let's change it out. Left arm comes behind us, the top of the forearm, and the hand face the back. We're gonna take the right hand to the left wrist and guide it towards the right. Stay as you are, or let's allow that right ear to go towards the right shoulder. In your stillness, or join me. Inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze twice more. Inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Exhale, lower the gaze one more time. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, lower. Lift up the head, neutralize the head. Release the arms, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Coming back to the top of the mat if you move, like me. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Pause here in your forward fold. Grab that block if you need. Bend the knees as you need as well. Hands are under the shoulders. Inhale, straighten the legs as much as you can. Exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift up the hips, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips. One more time. Inhale to lift up. Stay with your breath. Exhale, let's lower. Now, as you're here, this might be really challenging for some, and that's okay. If you'd like, on your next inhale, let's lift up the hips, straighten the legs. This might be really challenging for some too. Head is heavy, there's nothing to see. Hands are here for support, under your shoulders to the block. Maybe they're even on the thighs. It's okay, maybe we just did a little bend. This is perfectly fine. Gently nod the head yes, shake the head no. Observe how the mind is feeling. How is the body feeling? Are you feeling warm yet? When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift. Legs begin to straighten if they're not there. Exhale to lower, plant the hand, step back, plank pose. I want you to pause here in plank pose. Feel free to come down to the forearms or lower one knee or both knees. We're actively pressing the mat away. Observe your hands. Hopefully it's wrist, elbow, shoulder stacking. That gives you the most stability. Our gaze is down off the tip of the nose, or maybe it's a little bit slightly forward. As we press down through the mat, do you notice, is any part of your hand lifting up? Often, that pointer finger right at the base, it might begin to lift up, and at the base of the thumb. So you can seal that down to the mat. Let's stay here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, begin to lower down as fast or as slow as you need, as long as it's intentional. Hands under your shoulders for a cobra, or to the low ribs for up dog. Inhale, lift up cobra or up dog. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift up cobra or up dog. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale to stay here or to lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up cobra or up dog. Exhale to lower, draw back child's pose or downward facing dog. Always your choice. What feels good for you today? Feel free to stay as you are. Those joining me, begin to make your way up to downward facing dog. From down dog, on your exhale, let's walk those feet to the hands. Rooting down through the feet. Inhale, come to stand however feels good. Let's all meet, hands to the heart or to the hips. I'm at the top of the mat. Step that left foot back. Find your warrior one position. Bend in the right knee, back toes out. We're gonna face forward and reach skyward. Feel free to lower the back knee if it serves you today. I'm gonna do that. If you'd like an additional challenge, especially with your balance, maybe come up into crescent position. As you're here, Hands are reaching skyward. Stay with your breath. Observe how the stillness feels. With the legs, do you feel stable? Do you begin to find a little bit of movement, a little bit of wobbling? Even down on my knee, I can feel some shifting, a little side to side. Micro corrections. I don't even want to call them micro corrections because it's just part of life, being human. Stay as you are, or let's add a little bit of movement. On your next exhale, let's take those hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, pull the heart forward, straighten the arms. Exhale, humble warrior to the inside of the forward leg. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Hands are skyward. Exhale, hands to the heart. I want you to pause here and breathe. Observe, are you getting a little warmer? I know I am. How does the clothing feel on your skin? How does the air feel on your skin? Are we staying present? If there have been distractions throughout the practice, have you acknowledged them, tuned them out? No judgment. When you're ready, let's begin to make our way to the top of the mat, however that is. For me, that'll be hands to the forward thigh and step to the top of the mat. I'm going to change the top of the mat. Right foot steps back. Find your warrior one position. Remember, lots of variations. Bend in that forward knee. Back toes outward to face forward. If you'd like that additional fun, challenge of balance and strength, we're in our crescent position, or if you're joining me, lowering that back knee. Finding that stillness in warrior one. Let's fine tune that awareness just a little bit more. As your arms are raised, are your shoulders shrugging up towards your ears? If they are, can you allow every exhale to soften them just a little bit? And if that's not possible, that's okay. If you're like me, your shoulders are tight. Maybe your arms are more forward. Maybe they're at a diagonal. Maybe they're straight up. Those upper arms right by your ears. Again, tuning into that body awareness. There's no judgment. Having my arms extended overhead is one of the most taxing things for me. On your next exhale, let's take those hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, excuse me. Inhale, pull the heart forward, straighten the arms. Exhale, humble warrior to the inside of the forward leg. Inhale, rise up, warrior one, hands are skyward. Exhale, hands to the heart. As we're here, we're breathing. We're observing. How do we feel? Fine-tuning again. Observing if we have a tendency to have one hip up or one hip down. Maybe, maybe not. Are we creating those low ribs to flare out, creating that back bend? Maybe to compensate for the fact that our shoulders are tight. I do that a lot. I have to rein it back in. If you're in crescent position or warrior one, are you letting that back leg hang, or are we actively pressing it back? Just for that awareness. When you're ready, let's go ahead and make our way to stand at the top of the mat. Whew. Shake it out as you need. We're coming into a balanced posture, tree pose. I'm going to face you, but again, if you need to hold on to something, please do. As you get nice and comfortable, remember, what you're standing on is a huge, huge factor with your balance. The thicker the padding of your yoga mat or the rug creates more instability. My feet are pretty narrow right now. I'm gonna take them a little wider. I like them hips distance. Do whatever feels good for you. Maybe shift forward and back, side to side to find that stability through your feet. And when you're ready, holding on to something or not, let's begin to find your tree pose. Doesn't matter which leg, right or left. Ball of the foot down, heel on the ankle, or place that foot anywhere to the inside of the standing leg. I'm gonna keep my hands on the hips just to remind myself to not hike up one hip, but to keep them nice and even. Hands wherever you need for support, allowing that breath to ebb and flow. How are we feeling? Remembering at any time we can come out of the posture and that wobbling, part of the process. Trying to do so intentionally, coming out is the goal if we do need to come out. How's that breathing going? Where are those shoulders in space? Can we see if we can breathe in the shoulder space if they're a little tight? And every exhale, soften them away from the ears just a little bit more. If not, it's okay. That happens. Let's stay here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, let's go ahead and really shake it out as you need. Nice job. Maybe you need to reevaluate, go onto some harder floor. Maybe you want this a little more challenging and you're looking for something a little bit more unstable. Go for it. Other side, finding your tree pose. Maybe you shifted forward and back, side to side. Maybe you didn't. How's this side feel? Are hips even? As you're in this posture, there is strength in stillness. Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little, all depending on how you feel. And it's not just how you feel, the breath, but what's going on in our mind, maybe in our emotions, and how we feel in our environment. I hope that you feel safe. I hope that you feel seen. And I hope that you feel present. How does this side feel in comparison to the other side? There's no wrong answer. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Shake it out as you need. I saw a PT the other day. She said, "Oh, you must have really weak ankles." I had no idea how to explain. Like, okay, I didn't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's just what it is. And sometimes we just roll with it, right? We're present, we do what we can. Let's go ahead and come back to the top of the mat. Let's step the left foot back, find your warrior two position. Bend in the right knee, back toes out. Right hand forward, left hand back. Again, lower that back knee if it serves you better. From here, front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. And exhale to warrior two. Let's do that twice more. Front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. And exhale to warrior two. Last time. Front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. And exhale to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that forward knee. Exhale to reach forward and down, triangle pose. Now, if you're on your back knee, you will need to come upright. Take your time as you join. And if it's not for you today, no worries, go into your own practice. Hands are placed with intention. So are the feet, using blocks as we need, setting the gaze. This practice has a lot more stillness and a little bit more of a gentler, quieter feel than some of my other videos. Notice if your mind is loud. Or are you able to stay present with your body? Maybe the environment is getting your attention. That happens, even to me. Stay as you are. Exhale to revolve your triangle. Top hand comes down. Inhale, bottom hand comes up. Legs don't change. But the beauty of yoga is through our practice. And again, it is a practice. Practice of trying to be present, showing up, and practicing is all we can do. Those of you in revolved triangle, let's return back to regular triangle. Take your time. Bending into the forward knee. Rising up, warrior two. Let's release the hands. Straighten the forward knee and turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Grab that block if you'd like. I like insides of the feet parallel. Inhale, reach up towards the sky if it serves you. And exhale to your wide-legged forward fold. Hands are wherever serves you. Head is heavy. I like to shift forward and back and a little side to side just to observe what my body's feeling. Remembering, wherever you are, props can be used, such as books, boxes, packages, maybe even a soda can. Whatever it is, remembering we can use our resources. There's always resources. Whether it's staying up higher or lower. Let's stay here for one more breath. Hands coming under the shoulders. Toes out, heels in, bend the knees, hands to thighs, roll up one vertebra at a time. As you make your way upright, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Turn the toes forward and step to the top of the mat. I did change the top of the mat. When you're ready, warrior two on the other side. Right foot steps back. Back toes out. Bend in the left knee, left hand forward, right hand back. Option to lower the back knee. Front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. Exhale to warrior two. Let's do that twice more. Inhale to reverse your warrior, reach back. And exhale to warrior two. Last time. Front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back. And exhale to warrior two. If your back knee is down, let's go ahead, lift up or stay as you are. Inhale, straighten that forward knee. Exhale to reach forward and down, triangle pose. As we're in triangle pose, one of my favorite things is feeling that openness across the chest and that strength through the legs. I personally feel that triangle is one of the strongest postures. For me, it's about strength through the lower body and then kind of this openness through the upper body, almost like a vulnerability. How does it feel for you? Again, there isn't a wrong answer. Allowing yourself opportunity to reflect, to be, and to breathe. Again, stay as you are, or exhale to revolve your triangle. Top hand comes down. Inhale, bottom hand comes up. Legs don't change. So often in my classes, I have people creating a lunge. Nothing wrong with a lunge. Just a different posture. And if that's what your intention is, awesome. If that's not what your intention is, maybe grab a prop. Listen and breathe. Listen to your inner teacher. What are they saying? And how are they feeling? Those of you in a revolved triangle, let's return back to regular triangle. Bending into the forward knee, Rising up, warrior two, straighten for a knee. Turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. You can come into wide-legged forward fold again, or heel toe the feet a little wider, toes out, heels in. And from here, begin to go into a side lunge, bending one knee and straightening the other. If you find that it's too wide, bring the toes closer, the feet closer. If it's too narrow, take the feet wider. Whether it's a subtle movement or a big movement, your choice. Whether we need our hands to support us or not, again, completely your choice. Finding the breath. I don't know if you can hear it, but again, I'm being present in my environment, and there's always some birds that start chirping. It's one of the things I love about being able to have my windows open, even in the winter time, is hearing the birds and hearing nature. Is there anything that's caught your attention, or have you tuned it out? Awesome if you're able to really stay focused in. Sometimes I'm in that zone, and sometimes, again, it's autopilot. However fast or slow you're going, let's try to find evenness on both sides. And then come back to center when you're ready. Wherever your legs are, let's turn the toes out, heels in, and then begin to bend the knees, lower the hips. We're going to strengthen our quads, and again, my quads are a little sore, so I'm not going to go down very far. Try to keep the body upright, strengthening the quads, pulsing or staying static. Option to have shoulder drops instead, hands to the thighs, lowering one shoulder at a time. Whether it's a little movement or a big movement, it's your choice. Whether we linger or we go quickly, again, it's your choice. Let's stay here for one more breath. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, let's straighten up. Turn the toes forward and step to the top of the mat. Feel free to enjoy your stillness, or I'm gonna bring it out with a flow. Hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees as you need, or on your exhale to the mat, or chaturanga. Inhale, lift up cobra or up dog. Exhale, draw back child's pose or down dog. Listen to your body. Finding the breath. Remembering you have the option to roll the wrists, wiggle the fingers, maybe add a hip opener. Let's stay here for one more breath. And then begin to make your way down to tabletop. Or up to tabletop. and make your way to your seat. As we're beginning to close towards the end of class, decide. Some of you like to end on your back. That's fine. Some of you will join me seated. Grab that prop if you'd like to elevate the hips. Legs crisscrossed applesauce, fully extended. Feel free to enjoy some stillness or some movement. What serves you today? Those of you joining me seated, just going to take my hands to the legs for support to feel a little bit extra grounding. Observing where the body is in space. Do you feel the sitting bones rooted? Maybe you're laying down. Do you feel the weight of the body where it connects to the ground? Those of you joining me with the hands to the legs, let's begin to draw little circles with the body. If you're on your back, maybe you'll take a twist. And then begin to find that stillness. Let's go the opposite direction. And then begin to find that stillness. You can join me crisscross applesauce if you'd like. Or on your next exhale, let's hinge forward. Those of you on your back, option for figure 4. Feeling the breath, each breath, each inhalation and exhalation, allowing it to anchor you back into this moment, back into whatever posture you are. And yes, sitting and laying down are postures. Let's stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, help yourself come upright. If you're like me and you're a crisscross applesauce, let's change it out. If you're on your back, you're gonna go on to the other side for figure 4. On your exhale, hinge forward, adjust as you need. Awareness in space. We find our shoulders up by the ears where we can soften them away. Not by force, but through gentleness and breath. Where do we feel sensation? Whether it's muscular, something else. Maybe we have that creaky hip, creaky knees. It's all good. When you're ready, on the next inhale, help yourself come upright. I'm gonna let the knees go skyward, soles of the feet down on the mat, and windshield wiper the knees side to side. If you're on your back, maybe you're taking those knees side to side or hugging the knees into the chest. And then coming into stillness. Remember, at any time, go into your own practice. For me, I'll return back to a seated position. Prop or no prop, your choice. Spine long, eyes open or closed. As we close this practice, feeling that breath on the inhalation and the exhalation. Without force, but just exploring to see if there's a little bit more space for both breaths. Remembering if there isn't, that's fine. Release and let that go. Staying as you are for as long as you need. Remembering that rest is good. For those that would like, finding gentle movement, whether big or small, whether laying on your back, or maybe you're seated upright with me. Those that would like, making your way to your side for fetal position. By unknown, don't let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin the happiness of your present. Don't let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin the happiness of your present. Taking a moment to reflect if that's you. And if it is, maybe allowing yourself to journal or have a conversation. What's having you hold on to your past? And what's scaring you from your future? Remembering in all things you are enough and you are important. Stay as you are, or use your hands to help press you up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. Gathering the hands at the heart if it feels good for you this morning. Taking that full in breath whenever it happens. And that full out breath to release. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your time with me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Again, my name is Rachel, and this was All Levels Yoga, courtesy of Comeback Yoga. It's a little different than what I've done last year. Happy New Year. But I hope you still are able to get the sense it's still me, just a little bit slower. We're focusing on presence. How was that today? Did you notice yourself getting really distracted by your environment, or maybe distracted with your thoughts? Something that you're feeling in your body, or maybe even if it's emotionally, something going on. Again, this is never a judgment. This is just all about observation. I'm so glad that you're here, and as always, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Check out our website, check out our social media. I can't wait to see you next week for a little bit more practicing presence. Until next week, here in Hawaii, we say aloha and a hui hou. That means goodbye, and I'll see you later. Until next week, aloha.